Anthony Joshua absolutely destroyed Jake Paul. Round 6, brutal knockout, possible broken jaw, and a reality check that money can't buy. But here's what nobody's talking about. This fight should have never happened. And I'm saying that as someone who's been covering combat sports for 15 years. This wasn't boxing. This was a circus that ended exactly how it should have, with one man getting seriously hurt. Before we even got to fight night, this whole event was drowning in controversy. ESPN's Mark Kriegel called it a disgrace that Florida even sanctioned this fight. And you know what? He was absolutely right. Look at the numbers. Joshua stepped in at 243 pounds, 216. That's a 27-pound difference. But it's not just the weight. Joshua is a former two-time unified heavyweight champion, an Olympic gold medalist, with 28 knockouts on his resume. Huh? His biggest heavyweight win was against 58-year-old Mike Tyson. British boxing legends were calling this a joke. Dave Allen said, "It's ridiculous." Frank Warren said it had car crash potential. Even Alexander Usyk, the pound-for-pound best in the world, said Joshua could kill this guy and that he'd be praying for Paul. But the money talked. A reported $184 million purse. Netflix wanted the spectacle. And Paul, he convinced himself he could actually win. Now here's where Jake Paul really showed his true colors, and the audience absolutely torched him for it. From round 1, Paul's game plan was simple. Survive. He threw fewer than 10 punches in multiple rounds. The announcers called his approach putrid. Fans were furious. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Anthony Joshua hasn't knocked Jake Paul down yet, but Jake Paul has knocked Jake Paul down 7 times. That's not a typo. Paul fell to the canvas repeatedly without even getting hit. In round 4, he dropped after what looked like a low blow. Replays showed Joshua's knee caught him. Paul milked it, took his time. The ref had to warn both fighters for the scrappy, messy nature of the fight. Round 5, more of the same. Paul hit the deck twice, barely survived a flurry before the bell. He was running, clinching, falling, doing everything except actually boxing. The crowd was booing. Social media was exploding. People were asking, can we all agree to never pay attention to another Jake Paul fight again? Then came round 6. Joshua had enough. He cornered Paul on the ropes and unleashed hell. A devastating combination backed Paul into the corner, and then boom, a monstrous right hand that sent Paul crashing to the canvas. He couldn't beat the count. Fight over. After the fight, Paul was hospitalized. He admitted his jaw was broken. "Nice little ass whopping from one of the best to ever do it," he said. At least he was humble in defeat. But let's be real, this is Jake Paul's pattern. He talks massive trash beforehand. He said Joshua had 2 left feet and was stiff. He said he was a better boxer than AJ. An absolutely delusional claim. He brought up David and Goliath, said he'd expose Joshua. None of it happened, not even close. Joshua landed 123 strikes to Paul's 32. The judges would have scored it 50-45 across the board if it went the distance. This wasn't competitive. This was a lesson in levels. So who's at fault here? Let me break it down. First, taking this fight, pure ego. Second, his survival tactics were embarrassing. The constant falling, the clinching, throwing 8 punches in a round. That's not boxing, that's stalling. Third, the trash talk before the fight made him look even worse when reality hit. The lesson is simple. Money and social media clout don't make you a real fighter. They just make you a guy who got knocked out by a real fighter.